All right, you asked for it and you're getting it. Today we will be going over my top 15 NISHANE fragrances. That's right, I'm doing a rank list. So go brew yourself a hot pot of coffee, pour yourself a cocktail, a nice cold beer, whatever kind of adult beverage or beverages tickle your fancy. Because this one's gonna be fun. So stay tuned. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family, and welcome back to My2Scents. I hope each and every one of you are doing amazing today. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. All right, so yeah, we're probably just going to jump right into the meat and potatoes today because I have a feeling this episode could be a little long. Before I get into this list, let me know what some of your favorite NISHANE fragrances are. And if there are any on this list that you see, if they rank lower on my list, it doesn't mean they're bad fragrances. I don't own fragrances I will not wear. I'll sell them off, I'll gift them away, I'll decant them out, and so on and so forth. All of these NISHANE fragrances that I'm about to present to you, I freaking love. Now, if you didn't know, NISHANE is coming out of Turkey, Istanbul, I do believe. And the one thing I do love about NISHANE fragrances is you can find them at discounters. I will leave a link down below for fragrancebuy.ca. That is where I've gotten most of my NISHANEs, if I haven't got them at full retail. But what are my top 15 NISHANEs? Well, let's find out in today's WHIFFS and SNIFFS. All right, so this was not an easy chore for me, not an easy task to put together all 15 of my NISHANEs and rank them. But coming in at number 15 is going to be Safran Colognise. I do love this fragrance. Now, this is an extrait de cologne. I'm guessing that's going to be a higher concentration of an eau de cologne. Now, this does last a lot longer than an eau de cologne, and it's not as like bright and airy and citrusy up top as a normal eau de cologne. But this is really based around some leather. You do have some citrus up top, but also some ylang-ylang, some of these really nice tropical florals, and saffron, of course, saffron. And the saffron in this is a little sweet, it's a little dry, it's adding to the leather in it, and it makes this fragrance actually a leather fragrance that I like to rock in the spring and in the fall. Not so much the summer, just because it's a little much in the summer, but Safran Colognise is fantastic. This is an amazing fragrance. The only reason it comes in the lowest on my list is that NISHANE's got so many bangers, and I have another couple leather fragrances that they do that I just like better than this. Safran Colognise, though, will always be in my NISHANE lineup because I think it's a fantastic fragrance, especially for the price you can get it at. I got this for right under $100 for 100 ml. So first up on my list, Safran Colognise. Coming up next, number 14 is gonna be Suede Saffron. Now, so these black bottles, the black editions, I can't remember exactly what the line is called, but these are your more challenging fragrances. They have Africa Oliphant, which is kind of smells like an elephant, to be honest. It's very animalic. But Suede Saffron, again, it's suede, it's saffron, but this is thicker. The leather in this is a little bit more rough and tumbled, all right? So it starts out a little bit more harsh, and then it softens up. It becomes more of a suede leather. The saffron in it is still a little dry. It adds a nice spicy quality. There's not as much sweetness in this. There's none of those tropical florals, but it also has really powerful musks. It has ambrette seed in it, and that ambrette seed is blended really well with a nice spicy ginger. I love this fragrance. The only reason it comes in number 14, like I said, there are other leather fragrances in this lineup that I like a little bit more, but still a fantastic fragrance. Very long lasting, very loud in projection, amazing fragrance. So if you like leather fragrances and you like saffron, definitely check out Suede Saffron. All right, this next one also comes from that black line, and this one is Pachuli Kozha. Now, Pachuli Kozha, this is not for people who do not like patchouli, because this is a powerful, earthy, dirty, I guess you could say spicy patchouli. But there's also some sweetening aspects to this, like honey. It starts out with a little bit of chamomile. So you're getting this kind of green floral aspect right off the bat. But that patchouli is front and center. The honey comes rolling in, adding a nice raw sweetness to it. And then you have some incense and some black pepper. So you're getting some nice spicy qualities from the patchouli, from the black pepper. The incense is adding to that as well. This is a powerful, very powerful patchouli. A few sprays goes all day, and it also goes a long way because it is very projecting. This is not for those of you who are trying to get into patchouli. No, this would be years and years and years of wearing patchouli. Like, this is for those that went to Woodstock. If they threw some ganja in here, it would smell exactly like the 70s. But Pachuli Kozha is awesome. I love this fragrance. I love patchouli. The reason it comes in lower is just there's other fragrances that I like more. Still a banger. I'm so glad to have this in my arsenal, and I'll always keep this in my arsenal. So if you like patchouli as much as I love patchouli, then check out Pachuli Kozha. Coming in at number 12, we're going with Fan Your Flames. Now, again, the reason that this falls lower on the list, there's some other fragrances that I enjoy more than this. But I do love this because it has rum in it. It's got tobacco. It's got a coconut note in it, but the coconut is more of like earthy coconut. It's a nuance. It's just laying in the background, kind of softening things up a little bit, not allowing that the rum and the tobacco to become overpowering. And then you get some really nice woods as it dries down. Now, this is one that I would always recommend sampling first because some people really love this fragrance and then others not so much. You need to test drive all these fragrances. I'm pretty sure over at Decant X you can get a lot of NISHANE fragrances, and you can also use my 17% off discount code 2scents17, which I'll also leave down in the description. Fan Your Flames. This is a very long lasting, great fragrance for fall and winter, though you can also wear it in the spring because it is thick, but it also has some qualities to it to allow it to be a little bit more airy and kind of waft around in the warmer weather. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for the summer, though. Hell, you can wear whatever fragrance you want whenever the hell you want. But Fan Your Flames, I think, is awesome. This is something that I would wear on dates. This is something I would wear to special events, special occasions. I think it deserves the hype that it gets behind it, though I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that don't agree, and that's fine. All fragrances are subjective. This is just my opinion, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Fan Your Flames. Hell, let me know what you think of any of these NISHANE fragrances. But for me, coming in at number 12 is going to be Fan Your Flames. All right, so this next one I actually rocked as my scent of the day yesterday. And it's one that does not get talked about enough, honestly. You have to enjoy tuberose, you have to enjoy white florals, and it just so happens, well, I do. And it's 100 Silent Ways. Man, so this is a creamy white floral, but it starts out with some nice peachy nuances. You're gonna have some nice mandarin orange up top. It's cram-packed in the heart with a bunch of other white florals. I think there's gardenia, there's some jasmine, and the best part about it is all those creamy white florals just flow right into a vanilla river. This bad boy has got some beautiful vanilla flowing through it. I love what this fragrance does. This is one that I like to wear on special occasions, on date nights. Though I didn't have a date yesterday, but I still enjoyed wearing it. If you like white floral fragrances, and you're a man who's confident enough to wear white florals, and if you're a woman who just absolutely loves tuberose, gardenia, and jasmine, this definitely gonna be in your wheelhouse. So 100 Silent Ways is coming in at number 11. Coming in at number 10. You know I love my fougères, so I went with B612. Now this is named after a star. I'm not going to go into the whole history and story behind this, but B612 is for those fougere lovers out there. So this is going to have lavender, it's got oak moss and patchouli and sandalwood and beautiful musks. This is a fougere lover's dream. I love this fragrance. I know a lot of awesome reviewers out there highly recommend this fragrance. And so do I, because it is phenomenal. If you like classic style fougères, but with a really nice modern edge to them, B612 is gonna definitely be for you. See if you can't find samples or decants out there in the world, but B612 is one that I like to wear as a signature scent. I would wear it suited up. I would wear it a little bit more casually, like business casual as well. Maybe with a nice Henley, a nice set of jeans, and a nice blazer to top things off. B612, awesome. Fantastic fragrance. Nice and long lasting. Now I get a good 8 hours from it, all right? But I also spray on my clothes, so I get a little bit extra longevity out of it. But if you like fougères and with a nice modern edge, definitely check out B612. This next one is the Protagonist. The Protagonist to Hacivat. And this is Karagoz. Now, Karagoz is basically, think of Hacivat. So you have some pineapple in here, you have nice woods, but this also has some added fruitiness to it. So you're getting some grapes, and you can definitely smell the nice purple grapes in here. Now, these are more like your wine grapes, so it's adding a little bit of a bitterness and a nice fruity edge to it with some nice earthy undertones. But I think Karagoz is fantastic. I get the same beast mode longevity out of this that I do from Hacivat. It's a little bit brighter up top, and then it gets a lot darker as it starts drying down compared to Hacivat. So if you like fruity chypres, because this is basically a chypre, like a modern day chypre, definitely check out Karagoz. Okay, coming in at number 8, we are going with Wulong Cha. This is one of my favorite spring, summer, and fall bangers from NISHANE. All right, so this has got some bergamot, some orange in it, just to start off the composition. The one thing I love about this fragrance is the oolong tea, and you definitely pick up on that really nice tea note. And it's not that inky tea. This is more herbal, it's more green, it has a little bit of a watery quality to it. It also has fig in it and some beautiful musks. Now, the fig in this is not going to be your juicy fig. Now, this is going to be more earthy, more green, more based around the realistic facets of everything other than the fruit of the fig. But I love this fragrance. It's a banger. It's a long-lasting, fresh green fragrance that actually has some calming capabilities. Every time I spray this on, I kind of feel a little less stressed, and it might just be all up here, but if that's the case, then it totally works. Fragrances are truly about helping boost your feelings, to boost your mood, and Wulong Cha does exactly that for me. Awesome fragrance. If you have not yet, check out Wulong Cha. This next one up, coming in at number 7, is a summertime stud, and it is Ige. Man, I love this fragrance. What you're gonna get in this is a little bit of anise. So anise is kind of licoricey, so you get that licoricey aspect right up top. So it's kind of like sipping a nice ouzo. It's almost a little boozy. There's also some basil and some mint to give it some really nice green definition rolling into the heart. And the citrus you're gonna get up top is gonna be some yuzu. And the yuzu is really nice in this, but it's a little overshadowed by that anise. It has a nice watery aspect coming from some violet leaf. And then further into it, you're gonna get more of that anise, but it's not anise, it's more of a licorice. So it kind of gets a little bit thicker in the licorice category. I know it sounds off-putting, but I think this is a summertime stud. This thing will last for fricking ever. It is a really nice projector within the first hour or two, and then it sits closer to the skin. But if you're going out to the beach and you're going out on vacation, maybe you're actually going to Greece, you can spray this on and you can see for yourself, this smells like Greek culture. It's gorgeous. I think this is a fantastically put together and very well blended fragrance. So check out Ige, coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Sultan Vetiver. I freaking love vetiver, and I love when there's fragrances that just utilize a mega buttload of vetiver. This has 4 different types of vetiver. I think it's Java vetiver, bourbon vetiver, Haitian vetiver, and then just vetiver. But it also has some bergamot, has a little bit of neroli in there. It also has an absinthe note sort of right up top. If anything, this is a vetiver lover's wet dream, honestly. I freaking love this fragrance. It has a nice sweet woody base with some amber wood. You're also going to get a little bit of leather in there. This smells like royalty. This smells like a sultan. Literally, I know now why it's called Sultan Vetiver. This is in my top 10 vetivers of all time that I've put my nose on. And I put my nose on a ton. I love what they did here. Now, this is not an easy fragrance to wear. I'm not saying it's overly challenging, but if you don't like vetiver, I wouldn't even try this, because that's what this fragrance is. It's vetiver, vetiver, vetiver. Did I mention that there's vetiver in it? This is one that I like to suit up. It's not going to be for everyone, which is probably why I like it so much. It's unique and it is a beast. So coming in at number 6 is Sultan Vetiver. All right, coming in at number 5 is going to be Ambra Calabria. Now, this is newer to my collection, but I'm freaking loving it. And the reason it comes in at number 5, well, it's probably because I'm loving it so much. This is green, this is vanilla, and amber. Fantastic fragrance. But you start out with some really nice bergamot and some green notes, and these watery, dewy green notes. But you're also going to get this really nice, thick, dense galbanum in it to add to that green characteristic. There's some supporting white florals like jasmine, some nice spices like coriander, and then when you get into the full dry down, it's this beautiful, creamy, ambery vanilla. Man, my God, this thing lasts for stinking ever. I can't wait to rock this coming spring. The musks are done splendiferously in this. I freaking love this fragrance. You can find this right now at fragrancebuy.ca for like 110 bucks for a 50 ml. In my opinion, 100% worth a whiff and sniff. So coming in at number 5, Ambra Calabria. Coming in at number 4, Cecile Zarokian. That's right, Ani. You're like, wait a second, Brian, why isn't that placing higher? Well, 4 is a pretty good spot, man, honestly. Ani is awesome. Best way for me to describe this, it has a really nice fresh opening. You're gonna get some bergamot up top, and then you're gonna roll in to this beautiful ambery vanilla. This is one of the best vanilla fragrances that you can find out there for the price, honestly, especially when you get it at discounters. Ani is a date night extravaganza. This starts out fresh and then warms up so nicely. It's powerful. You get really good performance projection. There's a touch of a spiciness flowing through it. But man, I'm not going to beat a dead horse because everybody talks about how fantastic Ani is. Well, it is. Ani is great. You need to read the story behind the creation of Ani. It might shed some light into why this is such an incredible fragrance, from the story to the juice. If you're looking at stepping up your date night fragrance game, then do yourself a favor. Check out Ani. Coming in at number 3, the king of my fragrance kingdom, Hacivat. All right, so gets compared to Aventus all the time, and I can see that. I totally can. Though this is a lot more oak moss and woody once it starts drying down. There is that pineapple up top. You'll also get a little bit of bergamot. You get some nice, florals. But all those are kind of overshadowed by how amazing the opening flows right into basically the base, because you're getting this awesome oak moss. And you have to be a lover of oak moss to really appreciate this. It's oak mossy, it's musky, and it's woody, especially in the full dry down. That pineapple is nice and juicy up top, but man, I freaking love this fragrance. As I said before, as I said in my very first video, my very first review, Hacivat is the king of my fragrance kingdom. I get great longevity. I get great performance. I think it is just a all-around stud. It's a modern Chypre done very well. Way better performance than Aventus, at least my batch. And in my opinion, it just smells better. I like more oak moss, I like more woods, and I like what this fragrance does. So that's the reason it comes in at number 3, Hacivat. Who does number 1 work for? Well, for number 2, and number 2 is Nefs. All right, guys, this is ridiculously expensive at full retail, $570. Again, I got both Nefs and SHEM for a ridiculously amazing price. Man, I'll tell you what, these are bangers. Nefs and SHEM are a whole new level of NISHANE. They are next level. Nefs is boozy, it's got oud, it's got rose, it's got leather. I mean, this thing is gorgeous, all right? This is a fall and winter time banger. Now, this gets really good projection within the first hour or 2, and then it settles down. But this thing lasts so stinking long. It's got 3 transitions that I pick up on it that come like every 3 or 4 hours. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's banana sandwich. It's banana sandwich. It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Thanks, Gwen Stefani. But Nefs is awesome. I love this fragrance. The reason it comes in at number 2 instead of number 1, I actually like SHEM a little bit more. I think SHEM is a little bit more versatile, where you could wear it pretty much all year if you wanted to. But I do love the rose in this. I love the booze in this. Man, the whiskey note in this is And I do like the oud in this, but the oud is really more up top. You're also gonna get some nice fruitiness. But if you wanna know more about Nefs, I'll leave a card right here for you so you can go see my review of Nefs with alternatives to Nefs. I'll also be doing the same thing with SHEM coming up very soon, but I wanted to get this one out first. So coming in at number 2, NISHANE Nefs. At number 1, you already know what number 1 is, and it's gonna be SHEM. And the reason I'm wearing the shirt that I'm wearing is because the last time I wore this, I sprayed SHEM on it. I washed it, but I couldn't get it out. This thing is a beast. Gets compared to Tom Ford Tuscan leather, but it is not, to me, to my nose, in my opinion, Tom Ford Tuscan leather. This is better. It just is. Of course, it's more expensive. I think this is $430, $420, $450. It's $400+ for a 50 ml. Again, you can find it discounted, but I love the leather in this, the nice rose that's in this. Amazing. You have this beautiful fruitiness coming right off the bat, and then it dries down nice and musky with some nice, beautiful, supple leather, and you're still getting those nice rosy nuances. Hell, I can still smell it. God, man, and the leather in this just sticks around. This is a fresh leather, though. This is a leather that I could see myself wearing in spring, in summer, in fall, in winter, because it's got some nice freshness to it, but it also has enough depth to punch through the cold. I love this fragrance. Again, stupid expensive. Though, this is NISHANE on a whole nother level, and they have another one in this line coming out. And I'm gonna wait till it goes to discounters. I'm not gonna buy it full retail because God knows it's gonna be freaking expensive. But NISHANE SHEM, it's my number 1. Now, if SHEM and Nefs were not in the equation, Hacivat would be my number 1. Athene would be my number 2. So think about it that way. But I have these, so of course I gotta be in here. So coming in at number 1, get yourself a sample or decant of SHEM and Nefs. Or any of these. Sample them all. See for yourself. Give them a test drive. But that's it, guys. There's my top 15 NISHANEs. And I think we got it done in under 30 minutes. Holy crap, Batman. Anyways, guys, let me know what some of your favorite NISHANE fragrances are. Let me know if there are any on this list you'd like to know more about. And also let me know if there are any that you did not see in this list that you would like me to get my nose on and possibly add to this list. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.